Sylvester Stallone doesn't just play tough guys, he's lived it. From the gritty streets of Hell's Kitchen to the peak of cinematic stardom, Sly has fought for every inch of his career. But behind the scenes of his legendary hits, he keeps a list of 5 Hollywood stars he flat-out hated. These aren't just petty professional disagreements. We're talking about wild betrayals, backstabbing friendships, and off-screen showdowns more intense than anything Rocky Balboa ever faced in the ring. In this deep dive on royal time of Hollywood, we're uncovering the stars who crossed the Italian stallion. From a fistfight over a sandwich to a 15-year arms race that defined the 80s, these are the actors Sylvester Stallone couldn't stand. Number 5 is Richard Gere, the mustard incident. Back in 1974, before Rocky or American Gigolo were even ideas, Sylvester Stallone and Richard Gere were just 2 hungry actors trying to catch a break in a low-budget film called The Lords of Flatbush. Stallone had co-written the script and was deeply invested in the project. Gere, a theater-trained, methodical actor, was cast as Chico. The styles clashed immediately. Stallone acted from the gut. Gere analyzed every blink. But the tension turned into a physical explosion over a sandwich. During a break, while sitting in a cramped car, Gere was eating a chicken sandwich dripping with mustard. Stallone warned him to be careful of his clothes. Seconds later, a glob of mustard landed right on Stallone's pants. Stallone didn't just get annoyed, he snapped. He elbowed Gere in the head and literally shoved him out of the car onto the pavement. The director had to make a choice. Gere was fired, his scenes were red-hot, and a decades-long grudge was born. Even years later, the mustard moment remained a symbol of their icy relationship. Number 4 is Bruce Willis, greedy and lazy. Sylvester Stallone and Bruce Willis were once the pillars of the Planet Hollywood era, icons of the 80s and 90s action boom. When Stallone conceived The Expendables, he wanted to honor that brotherhood of legends. Willis was there from the beginning as Church. But when it came time for The Expendables 3, things turned sour. Willis reportedly demanded $4 million for just 4 days of work in Bulgaria. Stallone offered $3 million. Willis wouldn't budge. For Stallone, this wasn't just a business negotiation. It was a betrayal of the passion project spirit. Stallone famously took to Twitter, announcing Harrison Ford as the replacement and calling Willis greedy and lazy. It was a public burning of a bridge that shocked Hollywood. Stallone made it clear, if you aren't in it for the heart and the fans, you have no place in his crew. Number 3 is Eddie Murphy, a friendship shattered. In the late 80s, Stallone and Eddie Murphy were the 2 biggest stars on the planet. They were genuine friends who partied together and supported one another. But in 1987, the friendship crumbled during the filming of Beverly Hills Cop 2. Stallone's wife at the time, Bridget Nielsen, was in the film. Rumors began to swirl that she and Murphy were becoming too friendly on set. Stallone, an old-school guy who doesn't like filters, bypassed the publicists and called Murphy directly. The conversation was raw and confrontational. Murphy denied everything, but the trust was broken. The 2 stopped speaking, avoided the same parties, and a once solid bond turned into cold silence for decades. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to check out the other stories and shocking updates on our channel. We've covered many incredible celebrity journeys, tragic endings, and untold Hollywood secrets that you don't want to miss. Binge watch our previous videos to discover more surprising facts, emotional stories, and where your favorite stars are today. Your support helps us bring you more powerful content like this, so don't forget to explore, watch more, and stay tuned for the next video. Number 2 is Kirk Douglas, The Battle for Rambo's Soul. When Stallone was making First Blood in 1982, he was thrilled to cast Hollywood royalty Kirk Douglas as Colonel Troutman. However, the legendary Douglas arrived with a different vision. He wanted the movie to end exactly like the book, with Troutman killing Rambo. Stallone refused. He saw Rambo as a symbol of the broken veteran who deserved to live. Douglas, speaking about himself in the third person, demanded rewrites and even brought his own script changes to the set. The ego clash between old Hollywood and new Hollywood brought production to a halt. Finally, the director told Douglas that if he wouldn't film the script provided, he could leave. Douglas walked off the set. Richard Crenna was hired at the last minute, and the rest is history. Number 1 is Arnold Schwarzenegger, the 15-Year War. The most famous rivalry in Hollywood history began at the 1977 Golden Globes. Stallone was there for Rocky, and Arnold was there as the new star of the year. According to Stallone, Arnold laughed every time Rocky lost an award that night. Stallone eventually got so angry, he threw a giant bouquet of flowers at Arnold's head. This kicked off a 15-year arms race. If Stallone used a knife in Rambo, Arnold used a bigger one in Commando. They tried to sabotage each other's careers, with Arnold famously tricking Stallone into taking the lead in the disastrous comedy Stop or My Mom Will Shoot by pretending he wanted the role himself. They poked fun at each other in their movies, Arnold scoffing at a Rambo poster in Twins, and Stallone beating up an Arnold lookalike in Tango and Cash. It took over a decade for the two titans to realize they were better as friends than enemies. Today, they are close, but the fire of that rivalry remains a legendary part of rock and roll cinema history. What do you think of Sly's hit list? Was he right to stand his ground, or did his temper get the best of him? Let us know in the comments below, and thank you for watching Royal Time of Hollywood, where the legends never die. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the feuds of the legends, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Royal Time of Hollywood, and hit that bell notification so you never miss another untold story